Okay, so yesterday, I gave y'all the whole class period time to answer those questions from yesterday. We went over what learned hopelessness is. When I gave y'all the assignment, what was the first thing y'all went to? Like, did we go to Google? Did we go to AI? What did we use to help us accomplish this assignment? Google. So did we find videos, articles, like what was it?
We found videos.
Videos, okay. Did anybody find an article that might have helped them? So what did you type in on Google?
The question.
What question? 14 questions. So what question did we type in?
All of them.
All of them?
Yeah.
Okay, so from all questions, let's just start. If you learned, or Google told you what learned helplessness was, right? What did Google tell you it was? So what was it? What was it? Yeah. But number one is really the definition. What did Google tell you it was? Go ahead, Nick.
A condition in which a person
Say it a little louder.
a condition in which a person has a justified awakening from a traumatic event or occurrence. Or different disease.
Okay, what you say, Jerry?
I said learned helplessness is a psychological state where a person gives up trying to change a negative situation because they believe they have no control over it, often due to past experiences of repeated failure.
Okay, so repeated failures. How many people felt as if like they've been embarrassed before doing an assignment? Like if you felt like you was in a classroom and in this classroom I felt like this person gave me an assignment and it just I didn't feel like doing it. Or every time she gives us an assignment it's so hard, I'm embarrassed to even say I need help. How many people been in a situation? It might not actually been in here, but maybe in a math class, it was your turn to read in English and you felt like you weren't reading. Everybody feel like they gonna read, Cherish, you feel like, no, I'm going to read today. I know some people in here, when I say, go around the classroom, let's read the chapters, feel like I ain't gonna read, or I don't want to read today. So, give me an example of what that might look like. If you chose symptoms of learn, what you say, of learn helplessness,
Just sit
what
right
would
here,
that example look like?
Just sit right there. Then.
If you was the student that showed that example, what would you look like? What signs might you show? Would you be loud, quiet, happy, mad, frustrated? Frustrated, and how would that look? So if the teacher keeps saying, I'm reading, you don't want to read, you'll be frustrated, but what would frustration look like? Would your head go down? Would you be like in an outburst, like I ain't gonna do that? Yeah. First period told me, they gave me an example. I don't know if y'all know Eddie or not.
Yeah.
Eddie told me in math, sometimes he get mad so he ball up his paper and throw it. If I was to ball up a piece of paper as an adult and throw it, how would y'all look at me?
A goofy.
But why?
Because you were teaching. What you throwing up the paper just one.
But in a sense that he threw it, how would y'all look at him?
Like goofy too.
But would you say it's like frustration, a goofy as in frustration, or would you like he a proud goofy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? So in goofy, what does goofy mean? You don't gotta look it up. If you said somebody is goofy in your terms, right? If you said I'm a goofy for throwing a piece of paper, but he is goofy, is you saying goofy in a proud way of saying goofy, or is you saying goofy in a way of he shouldn't have did that, he bogus, or I shouldn't have did that, I'm bogus as a adult.
The second one.
I shouldn't have did it, I'm bogus.
Yeah.
Like both. Like y'all both should never did it. Y'all both.
We both should never did it. So do you feel like adults is held to a higher standard?
Yeah.
Why?
Because y'all older. So y'all got higher than me.
But as a
kids,
student,
us kids, we still kids. You know?
so if you threw a piece of paper, let me tell you something. If you threw a piece of paper, right,
I'm goofy.
and it hit Destiny, but Destiny have an outburst, right, in front of the whole class, what you expecting me to say?
Why you throw the
She ain't
paper?
wrong.
No, why you throw the paper?
You expect me to say why I threw the paper?
Yeah, because he
Or
started.
why he threw the paper at her?
Yeah.
But if she have an outburst, and is you expecting me to say something to her or
I'm
you gonna say
gonna
something?
yell, calm down, go in the room, say you see me, stop throwing papers, because that's what I'm saying.
But in a way, are you supposed to apologize?
Yeah, they don't apologize.
To her.
Yeah.
So in the classroom, if you show lack of motivation from the teacher standpoint, how might I motivate you?
There you go.
So if you show lack of motivation, you somebody that didn't want to read, you somebody that didn't feel like I'm not doing this today, you somebody that never come in the classroom at all, you just step out the door, or you could come in the classroom but distract others as a teacher. If I feel like I'm coming to school to learn, I'm here reading every day, I got an A in the classroom, I just want to sit here and do the assignment. But this person just always is just aggravated. What do y'all expect me to do? How might I motivate that person to become more like structured, settled in the class?
I feel like
See if they got any problems, okay?
as a teacher, you gotta kind of read like the person, because like everybody motivated off different things, and like some people connect on different things.
So when you read them, what's the next steps? I read you, okay, but now what am I saying to you to help you become motivated?
I don't even know.
Are you giving them a break? My first period told me maybe we should do breakout sessions. Well, we break each other up because I don't want to participate in front of everybody without participating in front of 3 or 4 people.
I feel like you gotta get to a level of understanding with the student, because if the student is comfortable with you, they might do your work if they comfortable, they like you. So I feel like stuff like that.
If they comfortable, they might do my work.
Yeah, like
But what if I ain't here one day?
it ain't getting done.
So if I'm not here one day and I feel like as a teacher, right? If I have an outburst or say I'm not motivated, I don't feel like I want to do nothing, I show signs of learned helplessness, right? Which is the lack of motivation, and I want to do nothing, saying I can't do it before you get it, right? If I showed that as the teacher, how would y'all look at me?
Like a regular human being.
Huh?
Like a regular human being.
Like a regular human being?
Yeah.
Why?
Because everybody had their days where like they just down or don't want to be bothered. So I feel like as a teacher, you maybe could communicate that before class.
But if I did it every day, if it was just a problem every day, would y'all feel like I'm coming here for a free check?
Yeah.
Would y'all feel like I'm just here to be here, I'm a bad teacher, what?
Yeah, I'll say free check.
A free check. So as a student, how would you be able to motivate me? What would be ways y'all think y'all can motivate me to feel like, you okay, you got it, you gonna be comfortable, we got you.
Yeah, I feel like that just comes to like being comfortable with the student, or like communicating with your teacher, because it's some students that can't communicate with their teacher, like on that type of level, because they comfortable with that student and they feel like they can like talk and communicate with that student. So I feel like that's all about communication and comfortability with the student.
Okay. So if I was to show that sign, what was signs like that? If Drake said throwing a paper makes somebody a movie, if I had an outburst, what would you think for me that would look like?
I feel like it'd be
Like, you could say you read me already. You kind of got to feel who I am, what I'm about. If I do something wrong or if I show lack of motivation, or you feel like sometimes we come in here and we just do our work and the bell ring and we go, and she always giving us free time, how would you address the situation? I'm not a regular teacher, I let y'all do anything. But how would you address that? Do you feel like I'm gonna go to Miss Ellis and feel like she ain't teaching us nothing, get somebody else to teach us? Or is you cool with it?
I feel like it all depends on the person, because some people don't care. Like they'll tell you about yourself to your face, and then there's other students that are just like go about their day because they don't care.
Okay. Amari, what you think it might look like? As a student, if you got a lack of motivation, you showed a good prime example of what it might look like. What you say? What you think it might look like? What signs of not having motivation? What was you just doing? Putting your head down. With his head being down, if In other classroom settings, what might this look like? What you think, Khalil? In other classroom settings, what might it look like? Having lack of motivation. Let's just say related to math. What might it look like? Are you always motivated at that? No. What's some signs that you show that a teacher could pick up on that you're not interested? You're not paying attention. So do you distract others by not paying attention? Drake. You don't distract others, you just sit there. So you sit there quietly. That's a sign. What else would you say a sign is, Drake?
Say if you sit down, you just clap the whole time. But yeah, for some reason they call your name, and then it's like you get nervous,
Mm-hmm.
and then you be like, no, I don't want to say that.
Okay, so you got nervous. You felt like you was nervous. You didn't want to say nothing because you wasn't prepared for it, or you just felt like today ain't the day?
Probably wasn't prepared for it.
You weren't prepared for it. So a lot of times we do get nervous when we're not prepared. Like I just say, yesterday's 7th period, prime example for me. Although I knew what I was doing up here, and sometimes I check my phone during the day, Miss Ellis walked in here and I was like, what is this lady doing? But I was also prepared to say, today, I gave them an assignment, I let them work on it, she saw small groups and asked a few questions of her. Now, will she come back and visit today? Who knows? But was I nervous? Yeah. Did I show it? No. So, it's ways you can show it and not show it. What's up with me? Take this. You had a strategy to get a student to start showing motivation. What would be the strategy and how would that look like? If I was a student in the classroom and I laid down every day, maybe I took a nap or I was just a class clown. Whenever you said something, I said something. What strategies would you use?
I have a talk with like the student to see
You
like
have
to see why they act the way they act.
Okay. So then what would be the solution? So your strategy is to have a conversation and talk. What would be the solution to that?
I feel like it depends on their answer because like a lot of students they do things like for a reason. Like some students they don't want to talk for a reason. They be funny for a reason. So I just feel like it depends on the reason that they give.
Okay. Chairs, what would be your strategy?
Can you repeat the question?
What would be your strategy with helping a student succeed or become more motivated? So if I was a student that came in every day with my head down, not paying attention, or you said something and I said something right after, what would be your strategy? They said he would talk to him first, and then depending on their answer is how he would move forward.
Okay,
How would you approach it?
with the student that's like being funny or saying something every time you're saying something, then obviously they want attention, so give them more participation time.
Okay.
Like do scenarios with them in it.
So if I give them more time, what would be the outcome and solutions for that? More time. And these small groups together.
I think the student will be more interactive in your class.
Okay. I've given them more time. Christina, what you think? So small effort celebrations. Okay. That
Can you go into more detail?
Like, if I was outside personally, right? You outside of school here, outside hanging with your friends, and you get in the mode or where you feel like if we had a group activity, like say I was in an escape room, I'm not gonna help y'all do that. I'm not interested. I just came for that. Well, how would you make somebody become interested in this? Or what would be your step as a friend to do to that person?
I'll try and cheer them up. Like, come on, like, you know, have fun, like, loosen up. Like, 'cause some people they be tight and they be going through a lot, so they don't really want to do a lot of things. So I tell them like, loosen up, like, have fun, like, try to get their mind above whatever the thing is.
Okay. Would you pick a different room that that's interested in? Or would you feel like we doing this room, everybody majority voted, let's just do this?
Yeah, I'll try something else, like, so everybody can, like, feel comfortable or happy. Like, everybody, like, can contribute to something. So, yeah, I'll try something else.
Okay, so let me give you an example. You on the basketball team, right?
Yeah.
Say one of your teammates be in the last minute of the game. The score is 50-50. Drake is your teammate. Drake is at the line to shoot 2 free throws, right?
Yeah.
But it's a timeout right before we shoot those 2 free throws. In a huddle. The problem here now is Drake strong enough to carry us through the game? Or is he not strong? What would be your strategy and solution with helping Drake?
I just tell them, like, go up there with confidence, knock the shots down, and then we finna win the game.
It'll be a mental strategy of going out with confidence, preparing his mind to know that he okay, knock it down.
Yeah.
Solution wise, what you think would be a solution for that?
I mean, I feel like in the basketball game, it's really about, like, confidence. So, like, I just tell them, like, you did this before, like, this like, we do this every day. So I just tell them, like, let's start to build his confidence so he go up there, knock him down, and then you just win from now.
Drake, as a player, do you feel like that was enough for you to feel like I got this, we good, or you feel like I'm still nervous, timid?
I feel like that's good because everybody's gonna do right. Like my whole team was like, you got this, cool. So just give me more confidence, build up, and make me think of it. And just
So,
pace myself, calm down.
I know that both of y'all was athletes. Is this a moment you would say like, I live for this moment, or I live to be in this type of moment?
Yeah.
Why?
Because then, based on the results, if it's like a number one basketball team, or a number one football team, and you're in that type of situation, it's better on your end. Because like, you're gonna start, it's gonna like start going to the news. It might be in the newspaper, it might just be on around.
But what if you feel like you was having a bad game, right? And it came down to the last 2 shots. Do you feel like mentally you able to do this? You confident enough to do this? You could do this? Or do you feel like, I don't know, man, I just feel, what would be your approach in your head?
I'll be second guessing myself a lot. Yeah, like I said, that's how I'll be good.
So, do you feel like in a timeout you'll get some water? You feel like you need a towel, wipe your face off?
Yeah.
What's your steps? What's the steps you want to do right now?
If I was a basketball player, I'll probably like sit down, listen to what the coach say, listen to what they say, drink some water, take deep breaths, then when I get to that, just, clear your mind up, don't listen to the people, all that yelling. Just
Okay.
clear your mind up.
What you say, Zay?
It's so crazy, like, that you said this, because, like, this happened in the real game. They said, like, I watched the college game, and it was Duke versus Florida. And this dude named Isaiah Evans went 0 for 7. 0 for 7 the whole game. And he knocked down the game winning 3. So, basically helped them win. I feel like it's all about the confidence that your team is building. Because he went 0 for 7. But why they still gave him the ball to make the last shot? So I feel like it's all about
Why do
confidence.
you feel like they still ain't about to make the last shot?
I mean,
Do
that's
you feel
good.
like as a teammate, you would gave up on them? Or do you feel like
See, like, that's the thing
he
with sports.
good, we just having a game?
I mean, with sports, it's really like it can go both ways. Like some games, you're not gonna have 20 points. One game you're just gonna have 5 points, but you're gonna make the last two layups. Like it's just all about believing in your teammate and keeping them with you because it's gonna be times where you're gonna need that person, and if you ain't communicate with him or keeping him to the level of the game, y'all gonna lose. So it's all about like communicating, having confidence in your teammate.
So in that case, the coach would be like the teacher. What emotions do you think went through the coach's mind?
I feel like it was just like a regular moment with the coach. Well, I can only speak for my coaches. Like my coaches, like they have belief in us. So it's like
Which they should.
if I went over 7, I feel like my coach would still give me that same shot because they believe in it. They spent the time with me. They spent the hours. They seen me shoot the ball at the same time. So I feel like they still give me. They have the same confidence for me.
Okay. Cherish, I know you played volleyball. I coached you in volleyball. What would be some things you might think I would say? Because we down in the game and I feel like I need my best serve of it.
We must say keep your head in the game. Y'all beat yourself up. Y'all know y'all can win this and like try to motivate us.
Okay. So, in volleyball, I always tell them never eat heavy before a game, which I always tell them. They always want to go to JJ's. Hot dogs is cool, but I feel like JJ's is a bit much, right? And I always say never eat heavy before a game. No athlete should eat heavy before a game, but never eat heavy before a game because when you get to the game, you sluggish, you tired, you don't want to do nothing. You feel like it might not affect you while you're doing it, while you're eating it, but when you get to the game, everything is going on, right? Why do y'all feel like sometimes coaches feel like they misunderstood or not heard?
I feel like because athletes, every sport is emotional. So like when a coach is speaking, we might take it the wrong because our emotions so high during the game. So like then in games you got crowds and you got outsiders, you got your family trying to talk to you. So it's like it'd be a lot going on. So sometimes coaches feel like they unheard because of everything that's going on. And maybe the key of emotions.
So, have you ever been in a game where your coach maybe showed lack of motivation or felt like your coach didn't want to be there?
Yeah, I actually have, and but it all started off with us, cause like the team we came out with no energy, and
So before that, he wanted to be there.
yeah, before that he wanted to be there, and he cheered us on,
Sounds great.
and he kept like trying to get us the energy, and when we didn't give him the energy back, he just said, since y'all don't want to get no energy, y'all just go out there and play, and let's see what y'all do. Since y'all don't want to give me energy, don't give me out.
So as a player, how did that make you feel?
It did make me feel bad because it's like, man, it's just like that's kind of like a coach giving up on you, but then it's like when you look at it from outside point of view, he tried his hardest, and we just gave up on him. So I expect if I'm giving up somebody, I expect him to give up on me too.
So was it easy for you to give up, or you felt like?
Nah, it wasn't easy because like for me personally, I feel like I can never just quit on them or quit on somebody. So it's like it wasn't easy, but it just sometimes you got to deal with certain stuff. So I had to just deal with it.
So did you feel like when your coach gave up, your teammates gave up, or do you feel like when he gave up, it made y'all go harder?
It made us go harder to a point, but then once we noticed like maybe we couldn't come back or something, that's when like we kind of gave up.
So, what is the way y'all think that if you had to teach this to a kid, how would you think that they will be able to learn helplessness? How would they be able to overcome not having a lack of motivation or saying that they can't do it?
I feel
Or
like
they get an assignment or get a task.
I feel like it depends on the student because it's a lot of students now that feel like school is useless, like worthless. Like a lot of people feel like people go to school for no reason, or I don't gotta go to school because we're not learning nothing, or our teachers don't teach us nothing. So it all depends on the student and that's.
So do you think that when kids say that they don't gotta go to school, their parents is like, "Oh, you don't gotta go to school," or most of the time their parents not there, so they just stay home?
I feel like it's a little bit of both. Cause my mom, she leave work at she leave the house at 6:30 in the morning. Like as I'm waking up, she gone. So
Okay.
it's like some people make their choice on their own, but then some parents just cool with it. Like oh, they miss it one day, they're not gonna trip.
Christina, how do you think a kid might overcome this? So if, say, you was in a situation where you want to come to school because you didn't have the motivation to come to school, right? You did nothing motivated you to be here. You felt like I can't do school, I can't do the assignments, every class I go in is just hard, I don't have the purpose here. How would you overcome that? What is the way that you could start by overcoming that? Setting goals, okay. Nathan, what you feel like? What would be some ways you could overcome it? Try to motivate yourself, but do it start with like, maybe you get on the game and like getting up. How many people have a hard time getting up in the morning? I know I do. How many people feel like I didn't want to sleep, it's already 2 o'clock in the morning, I ain't gonna go sleep, but whenever I make it up, I make it up. And it happens. But what's your motivation to get it up?
Ain't no motivation.
So why you?
Oh, it is a motivation.
So what's the motivation?
You took a degree, like not took a degree, but graduate.
So get your high school diploma, okay. And it's harder to get a GED, just to sit there 4 years and get a high school diploma. But Mario, what made you say that you how you overcome some stuff? Or if you had a hard time coming to school, how did you overcome having that motivation? How did you gain the motivation to get here on time? We heard goal setting. Set your alarm clock. But if you got an alarm clock set, you feel like I'm gonna snooze it. Every time, I'm just gonna snooze it. Then what?
Oh, how many times you gonna keep losing and come back, bro? At least like 5 minutes.
I mean, well, my alarm clock in the morning, if I snooze it, it gives me 10 minutes. And then if I snooze it again, that's another 10 minutes. So that's 20 minutes I'm already behind, right? So in the morning, how early is too early to get up for school?
Man,
Oh.
6:50.
You get up at 6:50.
Who, me?
Yeah, I'm saying. How early is too early? I mean, we start at 8 o'clock. What time do y'all get up? 4.
You gotta be a girl down there, they get up at 6 o'clock, because they got their makeup, do their eyebrows, lashes, make sure they hygiene good.
Why they gotta do all that? Why they just can't come like it takes me a little time to get up?
I don't know. That's just how they is.
The stereotype.
I feel like it ain't. I feel like it's not a certain time that's like too early to get up because, like some days I get up at 5 just to like eat, cook breakfast, and then how my body flowing. Cause it take a little while in the morning to get your body flowing. Like, so I just feel like it ain't no such time as too early.
Okay. So if there's no such time when you're waking up early and you go and you cook, sometimes you might wake up at 5 o'clock just to get yourself motivated. How much energy does that take for you to be motivated? Like, that's a strong commitment to say I'm gonna get up at 5 o'clock and cook. A lot of people ain't doing it. I know I'm not.
That's a lot of energy.
So, what type of motivation is that for you? Like, where do you get this motivation from? Is it from being an athlete, or you just feel like, even if I wasn't an athlete, I'd still do this?
I feel like it's more my mama, cause
Okay.
like mom work, she don't work, she a workaholic, like she always at work, like every time I wake up she at work. Then like sometimes I get back home from practice at like 8 p.m. She's still at work. So it's like when you see your parents like working like so hard for you, maybe you just gonna think like, okay, let me do the same thing for her. Like let me go to school, get my diploma for her. That's all she wants from me.
Okay. What you say, Jerry? He said enough, huh?
Yeah.
So, we heard how we can overcome this, right? If you had a little sister or little brother where you feel like we was all on the same track, our parents put us on the same track, we never needed for nothing, we always been good kids, we never been in a situation where it was like a survival mode, right? But you was old enough to a point, say you was 18
feed myself with pens.
Cause he said he cooking for himself.
Right. I ain't no chef, so I might burn the house. You know? Yeah.
You got to be a chef.
No, I don't gotta be no chef. I gotta learn how to cook. Well, I know how to cook personally a little bit.
So, if you had to be a survival mode for your siblings, right? What might that look like?
What you say?
If you had to be a survival mode for your siblings, what might that look like?
Can you explain survival mode?
Like, if you was the parent, if you came home and it was like, we here, I gotta cook for them, I'm showing them the way. At home, it's a little rough, so I'm looking after them. I'm not letting it happen to them, but I'm also like the mediator in the family. Like, I'm the one with the plan. I'll make stuff happen. If they following after you and say you one day had that lack of motivation, are you expecting them to pick you up and say, "Come on, you teaching me the way. You gotta stay strong," or you expecting them to just let you have your moment?
I don't really have a lot of them moments because of my mom. Like even when mom don't feel like going to work, she still go to work. Like, so it's like I feel like myself. If my mom can't have that, if my mom don't have the moments, I can't have the moments. Cause I'm a kid. I don't go to work. I go to school for free. Well, not really for free because you got fees, but like I go to school every day, and I just play basketball. That's it. I don't gotta go to a job.
So, piggybacking on the frustration of not having a lack of motivation, right? If I sit here and I throw a paper at Lamaria and Drake, right? What you expecting them to do?
Are you gonna pay back me or get angry?
Get angry. If they was to throw a paper at me, what you expect me to do?
Kick him out of class.
Kick them out the class and then do what?
Call it one. Call
So,
tell her what her kid do.
the problem is kicking me out of class, right? You put a paper, I'll kick you out. The solution will be, hopefully, when I call home, your parents gonna solve it, right? Or do something about it.
Yeah.
But also, I would do what?
You could just tell them to step out. There was a class over it. Everybody read about the class and tell them y'all come in. Just have a conversation with them.
So can I send you to the dean? You feel like it ain't that serious?
I don't think it's that serious. Like if you,
I feel like it depends.
how y'all would take it, y'all would think it's serious. Oh, that's just stuff.
But just say if it was your parent, and your mom came home like, such, I was in the class, they threw a piece of paper at me, and nobody at the school did nothing about it. I wrote it up, took it to the dean, nobody did nothing.
I feel like
As
it.
a child, you talk about your mom hiding. Well, what you feel like?
Yeah, I feel like it
How is that
depends.
gonna make you feel?
I feel like it depends because I wouldn't go for that. I wouldn't go like if somebody, my mom came home telling me that somebody bothered her, I feel away or like I want to solve it myself because that's just how I am. But I feel like I feel like it is that serious because like
So, how you think I should feel?
I feel like you should probably tell the dean or tell somebody or if you can handle the situation yourself. Because I feel like some parents they don't even answer the phone. So then some parents they don't care. So it's like what you calling a parent, it ain't gonna really always solve the issue. So I feel like you should, to an extent, solve the problem yourself.
Okay. Last question. What are the signs you can recognize when somebody is going through this? And what would be one motivational word you'd be able to tell me? So give me a sign that you might see when a person is going through learning helplessness, and what would be a motivational word you might say?
A motivational. I wouldn't have a motivational word, but like I just tell people look up to their parents. Everybody got clothes on their body. Everybody not like ain't nobody in her homeless. Well, that I know of. So it's like if your parents can do this, if your parents go to work to feed you, to like put clothes on your body, so have a home for you, have heat, have all that. I feel like they should be able to learn just for their parents, because that's what they go to school for.
What if you ain't got no parents? So what would be your motivation? If you ain't got no parents, what would be your one motivational word you would tell somebody if they was going through this?
I wouldn't even have no money. I would have
feel like at one point you gonna have to like just get it yourself, cause it's like you can pray to God all you want, but you still gotta do some work yourself, and you still gonna have to get up and do what you gotta do to get what you want. So I feel like now, like as a kid, you need to. I feel like now as a kid, you gotta do everything you need to do now, so it's easier later on in your life.
Right. So make sure